this is ready from We Scale Your Brand. And in this case study, I'm going to be showing you how we scaled this fitness brand from 55K in revenue in July 2020 to 101K in revenue, net revenue in August, and in September we hit 129K in net revenue after returns. So pretty big growth. If you ask me, the only thing holding us back at the moment is the stock, because they are out of stock. So once stock is back, we will scale this up. I want to go in depth into the ads manager, show you how we started, where we overtook the account, what we changed, so you can maybe get some nuggets out of the case study, which will help you in your advertising performance. So first things first, this is July 2020. I can redo this and update this. I have sorted the campaigns by amount spent. And as you can see, the overall ad spend is 17K, generating almost 49K back, which is an average return on ad spend of 2.85. So pretty good results already. I mean, 2.85 is above average as far as I know. And we weren't even in the account yet. So again, as you can see, two main accounts which have spent the majority of the money. One was a top of the funnel campaign and one was a retargeting campaign. So top of the funnel spent almost 30K, generating 37K back, 2.92 ROAS, and then the retargeting campaign spent 1.3K, generating 6.5K back with a 4.81 ROAS. So this was for July. Now if we go to August and we update this, we spent 24K, almost 24K, generating almost 97K back, increasing the overall ROAS by over 1 to 4.06. So phenomenal results. I'm super happy with that. We can actually go ahead and compare that to the previous month. So this is just the comparison feature. And as you can see, we increased the ad spend by 40% from 17K to 24K. And the ROAS increased by 1.2, which is a 42% improvement when it comes to ROAS. So pretty good results, and I'm going to kind of show you how we did it. So yeah, first thing we did, let's just get rid of the compare feature and let's sort by amount spent again. Oops, amount spent, here it is. So first thing we did is we created a creative testing campaign. So you can see this was running with just $100 per day, and it basically ran the whole month. So 3.3K in ad spend, slightly above $100 per day. And yeah, essentially what we were doing in this campaign is we were testing ad copy, we were testing creatives, we were testing headlines against each other to see which performs best. We were also doing some tests on the audiences, but not too much, since they were all essentially lookalikes, which were doing quite well. So let's sort this by amount spent. For example, this is a 1% lookalike stack, meaning we put all the 1% lookalikes into one campaign, so Facebook has a larger audience to work with. If we go into the ad, I have to blur this out, but let me just go into the breakdown tab and kind of showing you how we started initially. So first, we started with two headlines, testing them against each other, as well as we tested videos. I think it was 2 as well. Yep, 2 videos. And then also some ad copy, I think, yeah, 3 exactly. So what we kind of put together were some creative ideas. And as you can see, this one was performing super bad. So we kind of got rid of that. We found 2 winning combinations, kind of, which we at the end put into a new campaign, which we were scaling up, but more on that later. So that was kind of the first initial process, first few days. Hey, which creative is working? We created new creatives. Then new headlines, we got new headline ideas. As you can see, for example, with this one, this had a 4x ROAS, so super good. And compared to the 2.92 campaign which was running previously on top of the funnel, right? So we did this with quite a lot of audiences, quite a lot of different headlines, always doing new testing campaigns new testing things. So for example, in this one, we tested four headlines alone and kind of seeing which one works best to get the best performance out of the account. So yeah, once we found a good combination, we created scaling campaigns. We ran into some issues with scaling, so we had to duplicate some of those campaigns, but in essence, so these two were the main scaling campaigns. They spent a good bit of the overall budget we had, and if we just filter by those, you can see that those already generated a 3.83 ROAS. So that's almost a 1x improvement when it comes to ROAS, just by us testing new winning combinations, putting them together, and then having them run at scale. So I'm pretty happy with that again. It's always good to see accounts performing. It's a lot of fun. Just a quick maybe nugget, maybe some help for you in those campaigns. If this is interesting you, there were only 2 ad sets. One was a 1% lookalike and one was a 1 to 2% lookalike. I probably should have put them together as well, but for the sake of it, I was having them run as their kind of their own ad set. In this ad set, we were running 3 ads only, so 3 ads for the whole month. Kind of those 3 combinations were performing the best, and out of those 3, 2 were outperforming the other one as well. I think this was the old winning creative, which was running in the previous month. I'm not quite sure, but I think it was. I don't want to open the tab because then I have to blur out everything. But this was, I'm pretty sure, the best performing from the previous month. And as you can see, in direct comparison to the other top of the funnel ad, over 1.5 improvement in ROAS. So pretty happy with that. So yeah, I mean, this was kind of the August. We also improved the retargeting. So we created 2 new retargeting campaigns instead of having one, which they were running. So this is a 1 retargeting campaign and this is 1 retargeting campaign. They are still running to date. So in August, I mean, 7.33x ROAS, phenomenal results again, compared to the 4.81, I think it was, which we got in July for retargeting. So drastic improvement, and this was a middle of funnel retargeting campaign. We put people who viewed a certain amount of our top of the funnel video. So people who viewed like 95% of our main video, we put them in there. And I think Facebook engagers, Instagram engagers, that's it. And then we were running this as a middle of funnel retargeting campaign. And this is obviously bottom of the funnel. I don't think I need to explain much here. This was, we can go in here. This was, just sort by amount spent. This was mainly ATC for 14 days and view content 30 days. And so nothing special here. We just found a very good winning combination, winning in quotation marks. Let me just go about amount spent. So this ad was performing pretty good on this one. 25x ROAS, right? We spent $60 on this ad, generating 1.5, almost 1.6k back. So phenomenal results, 10 purchases. Super happy with that. Also this one, 15.33 ROAS from $100 spent, and this one 9.43. So we took some good content, we put it in there, we created a good headline, a enticing headline, and yeah, we were running that for a few days, or for basically the whole month, and it was performing super good. So those were the main changes that we've made. We improved the retargeting. We created a creative testing campaign in which we were running every single day new tests to find the best combination, and we were running the new winning combination as a scaling campaign. So not super complicated, but I'm very proud about those results. Now if we go to, okay, so this is a 4.06 ROAS. So if we go to September, you can see that we got a 4.46 ROAS, even better than in the previous month. We spent even more and improved the ROAS even more. And this is where we seriously ran into stock issues. The brand has basically nothing in stock anymore. But yeah, let's just filter by amount spent here as well, so you can kind of get a better overview of the whole structure. So in the previous month before that, so every month before that, they were mainly running ads to women, and we found, hey, this product is also interested or could be interesting for men. So we created a men's creative, men's headline, men's ad copy, and we ran top of the funnel ads for men. And as you can see, phenomenal results. Again, I'm just so happy with that. We spent 10K on a top of the funnel campaign, generating 50K back, so 5.3 ROAS on top of the funnel is pretty amazing. Again, in here, if you're interested in that, 2 main campaigns. So this one just spent 220. So this one spent the major amount of money, generating obviously again the best ROAS. So this just shows again CBO works, right? So this wasn't performing bad at all, but Facebook found, hey, this is performing better. So CBO for the win, I would say. And this was a CBO campaign. So in here we had just 2 actually. I just added those recently, but it just spent $145 in September. So we can say we had 1 creative, 1 winning combinations, and it was performing amazing, right? Super cheap click cost per unique add to cart, super cheap cost per purchase. Everything across the board was great about this ad. So yeah, this again resulting from a creative testing campaign in which we were testing different combinations. We just go in one as well, so you can see how drastically changes can be between different creatives. So this was our initial testing campaign just for the men. We were just having one for men. And let me just go in here and filter by video. So okay, this hasn't even got much spent. Just sort this by creative testing. And the cost per click. Okay. I mean, this obviously has spent the majority of the money, and it's not really relevant because this only spent $3 and this only $2. So don't take my word for it, but those are essentially the same videos, the same clips, just in a different sequence, right? So we just sorted them differently. But if we just look at this, so this is a 94%, 94 cost per click, and this is a 32, while having almost the same CPM. So this is has a very, very high click-through rate. So this again just shows you the creative is super, super important. Those are the same clips, just in a different order. If we filter this, or if we just sort this by kind of our video, how we measure videos, we can see that this has a 71% stop rate. So 71% of all people stopped to watch at least 3 seconds of this video. This is one of the best performances I've ever seen. If you compare this to the other one, it's only 47%, which is still great, but not as good as the top performing one. So this again just shows you, always keep testing. Even a thumbnail can make a huge, huge difference, right? But yeah, in essence, we found the winning combinations, scaled that up again. We were running some women's ads here as well, creative testing, and then it's kept running the middle of funnel, bottom of funnel retargeting. We just created 2 new ones for men. So let me see where they are. They are here. So we just filtered by retargeting again. Pretty decent. Oops, let me just filter this again. Pretty decent results. 6.6. A little bit slower than the previous month, but we gained a lot of top of the funnel improvement altogether. 8.6 to ROAS is still amazing, right? So I hope this little case study helped you. Have a middle of funnel retargeting campaign for people who viewed your video, people who've engaged with your Facebook or Instagram page, and those who haven't been on the website yet. So exclude those. This is very important. Exclude the people who've been on your website, who've bought, who've added to cart. Test a lot of different combinations. Always keep testing. Even the headlines which you think might not work at all, test them and see if they work. Sometimes the headlines which you think would perform not at all surprise you. And keep account structure as simple as possible. Only have a few audiences in each campaign, each scaling campaign. So yeah, I hope this video kind of helped you. I'm happy with the results, and if you're interested in having the same results, if you're a 6 or 7 figure e-commerce brand, just click on the button below and you'll get redirected to some sort of landing page where you can fill out your information. and I would be happy to chat with you and help you grow your brand. It's super, super fun, and I hope you enjoyed this little case study.